of What You Gonna Want to Do. I'm Kevin.
Scotty Weaverino.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey. Nice.
That might be on tonight.
Scotty Weaverino.
On this, on my theme.
Yeah.
That's a hint at what might be on there.
Oh.
I'm just Caleb.
And thank gosh, too.
Somebody's got to be.
Yeah? I guess.
Somebody's
I
got
that's necessarily always true.
well, I like that it's Caleb.
Yeah.
Simple Caleb.
Simple Caleb. That's what all
Not
my friends call
simple.
him.
No, I mean simple Caleb. Not simple Caleb.
That's what all the teachers called me in school. Is that? Do you think that would mean? Was that? Do you think they were being mean?
Like, that seems kind of hurtful.
Yeah.
Well, they were just. It was always really encouraging to be like, well, there goes simple Caleb. You know, just
yeah.
he's
I
just
guess.
so simple. They'd say that. He's just the most simple of my students.
I would
say that.
I'm willing to stretch it and say maybe there goes rational, stable-minded.
Oh no, they use simple.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
They say, oh man, look that Caleb. He's just so simple. I was so just a simple kid.
a simple kid.
Yeah. I think that's what they. You think they might have meant something else?
Gosh, I hope not. Because that would be very cruel.
Look into it.
Some bad teachers.
No, I'm hearing it. And I don't think we should look into it. In retrospect.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
not.
probably good.
In fact, I don't think I should talk about it anymore.
Well, I'll have you know, I was shopping this afternoon. I was in the store. Couple of podcast fans.
Yeah,
They approached me.
Yeah.
Like, are you Mr. Clark? I'm like, I'm Kevin. They recognize me from the podcast. Some seem like some of the greatest people I've probably ever met. They were visiting from London,
Ohio.
okay.
I want to give a shout out though to Kathleen and Keith.
Wow.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate it.
And I will get in trouble.
They didn't have anything good to say about Caleb though.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they didn't bring up Scott, so I don't know what's worse.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I've been told by Kathleen that she thinks you're hilarious.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they did say, yeah.
And they said he's dead weight. And I said, I know. Scott and I have been saying it since the beginning. And you gave them a shout out, and I will get in trouble if I don't give Hope a shout out.
Oh.
She's been begging for one.
Oh.
And
Okay.
if you give Kathleen a shout out and I don't, I keep not saying Hope's name.
Yeah.
Because I keep telling her that we've already pre-recorded all these, and several at this point have not been pre-recorded to the point where she's. So
Harsh.
a few, I would say we've at least done a couple that haven't been pre-recorded.
He's even tried to keep us from using the word hope at all during any of the podcasts.
Yeah, I remember the other day you were talking about, well, we just need to talk about the hope we find. And I was like, Dad, try to use a different word.
Yeah, it really toughened our Bible segments.
Yeah, very much so.
What's a Bible segment without hope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways.
We have to give a reason for the hope that lies within us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kid's like, no, we got to change that.
Yeah.
We gotta change.
You
the
didn't
Bible.
even know why. You're like, let's not say hope so much. Bible stuff. I get it, but let's try to. But anyways, so there's our shout outs.
All right.
And that's my obligation. Nobody gets any more.
Oh,
That's it.
well, there you go.
You don't have any Scott.
No more at all. I'm not doing that. That was it all.
Oh, wow.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll
I'm not a sellout.
Well, Scott, do you have a topic for us for today?
I do. Glad you asked. It just popped into my head.
Oh, before you do that,
fully
we forgot to mention our producer,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
director, Silas.
Special effects.
Always there.
Oh. The guy who does all the graphics, and he's gonna be pretty busy on this one if I'm not mistaken.
All right, okay.
There's going to be a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Well, it's for the viewers, so there'll be a few.
Yep.
There'll be enough graphics.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Nothing distasteful.
No.
Well, not on my end.
Go ahead, Scott.
Well, I thought it might be fun tonight for us and our studio audience. I mean our audience out there,
Yeah.
TV land,
Is that where they are?
to TV land, streaming bill, something.
YouTube Hut.
YouTube Hut. Yeah, YouTube Hut. To do like your favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
This would be in the prime time hours, so we'll go from 7 to 11.
Yeah.
But your favorite TV shows of all time, your favorite lineup.
So basically, we're like doing if we could organize a night of TV,
There you go.
like a TV guide,
Yeah,
sort of
perfect.
situation.
TV guide.
We pick out.
There you go.
It's like if you did a serial killer game with the TV guide, you cut it up, you splice it up, and then you paste it all the way you want it to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I just remembered something I want to do, and I can't.
Serial killer?
Oh, so you're going to splice up a TV guide and
Send it back to him. TV guide, this is what you should do on Monday nights.
Monday nights.
Well, if you stay tuned for the last segment, I may have something
You gonna
special.
pick up that
for you.
ball you dropped?
Yep.
Yeah, that adds
Ball
up.
that I got.
Were you gonna bring out a TV guide?
Got a special one.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
And you know what? People love a TV guide.
I do.
They will this one. You will.
Okay. I will. Oh, I think I know what this is. Anyways. Well, which one of you guys want to kick us off?
Yeah. I'll go first for my 7 to 7:30 time slot.
All right.
And that's going to be the show Hash.
Hash?
Very similar to another show that I can't mention.
You can say it.
All right.
All right. Hash, I think, might be a show about
With Mock-Eye.
With my
JB
yeah. Poppycock.
Rapper
Yeah.
John.
rapper John.
Rapper John.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, but anyways.
What is it called for real though?
MASH.
MASH. And it's been said one of the most over. Sorry, I just got a text. I'm pretty important.
Did that
so
just
I gotta,
come in? It's been
No,
said.
this just in. It's been said. MASH is one of the more overrated TV shows of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
It's been said.
Hold on.
but
Maybe it's ran too long.
That's right.
Probably the only person I've ever heard say it is the one sitting between Scott and I.
I'm not the only person out there that doesn't like MASH.
Oh,
And
I'm sure you're not.
And
No,
there were reruns on it on Nick at Night when I was a kid, and I knew when MASH came on, it was time for me to go to bed. Not because it was so late, but because I couldn't do it. I couldn't subject myself
you
to the
missed out
torture.
on some great stuff.
Oh no, I saw enough to know I wasn't gonna
saw
enjoy what
enough
I
to
was
know.
I
watching.
mean, for my money though, the first like 3 or 4 seasons when they had the original cast and Trapper John and Henry Blake were there, I thought those were the best. And I mean, I watched it all the way through and enjoyed it all the way through, but for me, those are the best ones.
I would agree. I would agree with you.
Frank and
In some respects, it's kind of funny, and I won't dwell on it because we got a lot of other ones we need to get to. But when I was younger, when a little younger,
So much younger than today.
yeah, good one. I don't know that I quite got all of it. Some of
the MASH humor.
the humor, the banter back and forth is fairly quick,
yeah,
Right.
and so I don't know that
Some people have said actually not that funny.
Oh, okay.
Some people have said
some. Okay. But I don't know that I was at that point. I
picking
could
up
say
on
I
it.
wasn't picking up on it. I think later, when I was an adult, I really started to pick up on it because I think it's been on obviously MeTV and other
Right.
Other
For some
things.
reason they keep saying it.
reason. Yes. And I enjoyed it, but I would say the first 4 seasons. And then probably another episode that I like that was later is the chicken episode,
Oh man,
which is
Now, didn't that show
Phenomenal.
actually last longer than the war that it was
Yes,
based
it
on?
did.
it did.
Yeah. And some people kind of felt like it felt like living there.
And some people felt like it last. But anyways,
you really feel it.
I'll just end it there. I think most of our viewers, whether they like it or not, have probably heard of it.
It was too much. Yeah, it's gone on.
It's one of my favorite as well, though it's not on my list.
I'm shocked by that.
I felt the wrath that would have ensued had I put it on my list.
The direct wrath.
Plus, there's just so many. It's just one night that you're programming.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
That's what
it's
makes
still
it hard.
limiting. Yeah.
For my 7:30 slot, I went with a game show.
Ooh.
And I know there's a new version of this on. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking the old school Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares.
Is that the same show? You
Yes.
want the same old people that are all dead now on it?
Not necessarily, but better people than what they have on there now. I mean, Drew Barrymore's on there, for crying out
She
loud.
hosted, I thought.
I don't know, but I mean, come
Dusty
on.
Slade's been on it.
That'll work.
Okay.
That's the kind of people that should.
There's a lot of other celebrities that are on it.
Well, I'm sure.
Well, who could?
Well,
who
I don't
could
think
match
all the
of
original Hollywood Squares were necessarily knocking it out of the park.
No, but
That's
mean,
part of it. You're not supposed
what
to
I've
like all
seen
of it.
is, I know, but
It just
It's a rotating cast, and you don't necessarily like them all.
that's true.
yeah, that's true.
But you do have Paul Lynn, and
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
you gotta have.
yeah, this in
You
the
gotta
center
have someone
square
like that. You can't have.
He was
Drew Barrymore
was he
in
the
center
crazy
square.
obnoxious one?
He was certainly the
Flamboyant.
Outrageous.
flamboyant. Yes.
Oh yeah, well that's like 95% of Hollywood now. So
Well,
it wouldn't be that hard. He would not; those shoes would not be hard to fill.
Right. So
That's
why
true.
fill it with Drew Barrymore? That's all I'm
I think
saying.
she's the host. I don't think she's the
Is
middle
she the
square.
host?
I think she's center
is she the
square.
host?
I don't think she's the center square. And if she's the center square, that's a swing and a miss. Because never have
That's
I
what
ever
I've
found
seen.
Drew Barrymore to be the word I would use with entertaining. I've never found her to be
I'm with you.
entertaining.
I'm with
So
you.
that's what I
Yeah.
got. What do you
Okay.
got, Caleb?
Hey, Caleb, there you go.
I obviously have.
Bring us up to date a little
I've
bit.
I've done a lot of work,
I've done a lot of
a lot
work.
of homework in this.
Okay.
I really, I guess you could say my whole life has been building up to this moment with the amount of TV I have consumed. And so I'm, so I also will go with a game show in that hour.
okay.
I think it just naturally flows with the lineup of
It
TV.
does, yeah.
And I'd go Cash Cab, I think.
Cash Cab.
Yeah.
I like
it's
some
a
Cash
good
Cab.
it's a good game show. But it's
Yeah.
also, it's kind of funny. He's a stand-up comedian, I believe. So
Cash Cab.
yeah, that would be where I would go. I would go next.
Very good.
That's a good pick.
Very good.
Great show too.
Yeah,
It's funny. It's
is, yeah.
educational.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
And
like it.
It's also got the element of like a hidden camera show, because when they first get in, they're like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes even funnier is when they don't react.
When
at
they
all.
don't react. Yeah.
Or when they miss real quickly and they have to get out in a bad neighborhood.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Or
or they get out
do
real
this-
fast. I like those too.
or when they do the shout out to the person on the street,
Yeah.
and that's their third strike, and they have to just get out with that person.
You know what? From watching that show, my thought is you get that shout out on the street out. That's your first one out. That's your first thing.
Yeah, okay.
Because
You're not going down with
because
that one.
I don't want the sheer awkwardness. First off, I don't even want to randomly talk to somebody on the street.
No.
That alone is bad enough.
Yeah.
But the literal hell that it would be to get out of the car and then have to walk where that person is.
Who obviously doesn't know much.
Right.
No.
And also doesn't and even more so doesn't know you. Would be,
No.
It's like saying goodbye to somebody, but then you're walking the same direction.
Yeah.
But it's like that, but times a billion.
Yeah.
So get that out of
That's
the fast.
extremely awkward.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Well, you want to move on up to 7:30?
7:30.
You want to start off at 7:30?
Yeah. You got-
Or do we just want to keep
I'll go again.
Okay.
So 7:30, I'm going to go with another game show.
Okay.
And I'm going to go probably one of the greatest game shows of my lifetime.
Okay.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, okay.
It was huge for a long time.
For a bit.
But the only problem is you'd have to rerun old ones because the host that did it when I was a kid is the host of that show.
Oh, yeah.
Regis made that show.
Oh, Regis.
Yeah. So, but Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I guess you could have the new Regis do it. What's his name?
Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest is.
You mean the new Dick Clark?
Ryan Seacrest is.
He's
Dick
so
Clark.
many things.
He's all the things.
He's all the things.
He's all things. To all people. Casey Kasem. Dick Clark. Regis Philbin. He's really. He's got them all in Compass. Yeah. So I guess if you were gonna have,
why doesn't he just host Hollywood Squares then?
Why doesn't he host pretty much everything that isn't what's his face from Survivor?
Oh, that guy.
Jeff Probst. If it's not Jeff Probst, then why isn't Ryan Seacrest hosting?
Right.
I'm with you.
Good.
That's what I ask myself about every new show I see.
Okay.
Like, wasn't Ryan Seacrest available? You couldn't have got Seacrest on this? Yeah, but so that's my 7:30.
I like it. All right. I think that's two powerhouse game shows.
Yeah, they're great game shows. Two of my favorites.
That's great. Yeah.
I'm going with a variety show.
Hey.
And, there was a lot of variety shows when we were growing up.
Yeah, you were the era of variety shows.
I mean, you had Carol Burnett, you had Sonny and Cher.
Oh, gosh, Carol Burnett.
You had those kind of shows. I'm going with The Muppet Show.
The Muppet Show.
Okay. All right.
Great.
I mean, they always
Do you think it was better than Carol Burnett?
I don't know.
Definitely better than Sonny and Cher.
Oh, I think it's better than Sonny
Carol
and
Burnett
Cher.
was hilarious, though.
Right.
Oh, Carol Burnett's awesome.
But, I mean,
a comedy genius.
I feel like, because when I was little, we weren't allowed to stay up that late to watch Carol Burnett.
No, I wouldn't either.
But that's one of the shows that I can remember going to bed. Mom and Dad are in the living room, just laughing their heads off.
You got one of yours on my
and
list.
we're like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
We want to see this. And then when we were old enough to finally watch it, or when it was in syndication, we watched reruns.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
But I mean, we grew up with the Muppet Show, so I had to put that on.
Oh, the Muppet
so
Show's great. No criticism there. I love the Muppet Show. Hilarious.
Yeah.
And just fun.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I think it's awesome.
What do you got, Scott?
I've got, I'm going to bring this one in, WKRP in Cincinnati.
It's a classic.
I love it. It's in our area.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Miami Valley area. They got the Reds. It's a rock and roll radio station.
Yeah.
Walk some of the places that they show in
the opening credits. Yeah.
Right.
Love the opening song. I'll sing it. I'll sing it sometimes just for the heck of it. I love it. I love the characters.
You wanna go?
that's not that. But it's kind of. It has a similar.
Similar in that they're both songs.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I just love it, and I love the characters.
Yeah.
Which I guess you could say that of any of your better shows.
Oh yeah.
It's not like.
But they were all funny in the show.
Yes, they were.
The closing song for that is just gibberish. Did you know that? There's not really any words in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It sounds like they're singing words, but it's not really.
I don't ever think I've heard the closing song.
I'm sure you have.
Oh, okay. I changed my mind. I've definitely heard the closing song.
I definitely heard.
I would like to publicly
It's
announce.
more of an upbeat and
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd sing it for you, but
I love
I don't think anybody wants that.
2 episodes. Real quick shout out the turkey episode, of course.
I knew you were
one
going
of
to
the
say the
greatest.
episode.
And I love their baseball tournament.
yeah.
I mean, when I saw that one guy was playing, I think third base, and he just smoked. I think he was drinking his beer.
Yeah.
Holds out his glove and his line drive, his drink, boom. Throws it in. He didn't even flinch. It's like killed me. And then Les catching the fly ball.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me catching. Yep.
Yep.
Too hilarious.
Definitely.
I love it.
In fact.
And I think it needs to be mentioned too, real quick from me, probably a lot of us. is I'm not going to deny that a lot of these shows or whatever do have a pull nostalgically too.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not trying to say they're not good shows.
Yeah.
But yes, they have a nostalgic pull. So
Right.
I'll throw that out.
Definitely. You go next?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Here we go.
I'm going with The Office.
Oh yeah, it's great.
We all love The Office.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
Funniest shows of all time. I think.
Yeah, a great show.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, you can rewatch it.
It's too
Still
funny.
laugh.
It's too funny.
Right.
Oh gosh.
It is a really good show. I would go with Home Improvement.
Ooh,
I think
nice.
that's a good block
show.
for that because it's about the time the kids need to be winding down, but it's also a good family show.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny enough for the adults.
Yep.
Tim Allen at his peak.
Yeah, I love Tim Allen.
Good stuff, kid. That's my neighbor.
He's trying to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know why you did it.
I get it. I don't know why he
That's what
did
I
it.
bring. That's what I bring.
We know.
I don't know why. Why you did it?
Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
What's your 8 o'clock, Scott?
8 o'clock.
Hurry, save this sinking ship.
Save the sinking ship. 8 o'clock would be the Gilmore Girls.
Oh,
No,
Oh, gosh.
not at all.
Caleb would walk out.
Yeah, if you thought I was going to walk for...
Gilmore Girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
No,
That's
no way.
You know what?
You know what? He's still trying to, even joking. He's
Yeah,
still
you
trying
struck
to
a
go.
chord.
You struck a chord.
Because not only is this
cut me deep, Shrek.
possibly one of the most poorly written shows, it's also terribly acted.
Yeah.
The lady who plays the mom, she plays the same role in everything I've ever freaking seen her in. She was in another show called Parenthood. She also played the single mom who isn't good at being a mom. And then, so Disney Plus did a Mighty Ducks series, like a series, and I was like, okay, they brought back Emilio Estevez and he's coaching hockey again. This is my youth, so I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, you were kind of jazzed to see it.
Who's another one of the main characters? If it's not the woman who plays Lorelai Gilmore, and she is, you'll never guess what she is. She's a single mom who's just trying to do her best. I'm like, I don't know that she's acting. I think she might just be a bad mom.
Be a bad single mom.
Yeah, but anyways, terrible show, terrible acting,
I
terrible
appreciate
writing.
that. I thank you because that really hammers it home.
So what have you got at 8:30, Scott?
8:30.
And if it's Gilmore Girls, I walk.
Gilmore Girls, I want. Well, I've got. From 8 to 9, it might be a little early. But it depends. I'm the director here.
Yeah,
right.
you're calling this.
I'm going to go. This is one of my shows I love. I still watch it. It's on MeTV every Saturday evening. Kolchak, The Night Stalker. Only 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And 2 TV movies prior to that. Absolutely great. Darren McGavin is Kolchak.
Okay.
And he's a newspaper man, and he gets involved with supernatural goings on.
He is, right? He's the dad from Christmas Story.
Christmas Story, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Just
I bet that's pretty
fantastic. Love him.
He's a good
Love
actor.
him, and he's always wearing this white seersucker suit with a hat. And even at the time in the 70s, they crack on him that he doesn't have any better clothes. But he's so frenetic and wants to get the story, he doesn't care about what he looks like. But there's always some supernatural event, and of course, the evidence that he's amassed ends up gone. The camera ends up destroyed, or the film, and they go to another episode. It was a big influence on the X-Files.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Chris Carter.
Cool.
And I love it. If you guys get a chance to see it out there, and you like, spooky kind of, it's not intense,
Right. Like camping.
But it's a good show, and I enjoy it. So that's my 8 to 9, because that was an hour.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh wow, look at you.
So not a Gilmore Girl.
Never
more
should. Nope, nor should it be.
I was just completely kidding.
I'm glad.
What do you got at 8:30, Caleb?
I think I'll go with The Office for 8:30.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Nice.
It's probably my favorite show of all time.
I wouldn't.
If it's not, it's very high up there. I've seen it more than I've seen any other show. I've watched all the seasons multiple times. I've watched multiple seasons, commentaries on every single episode. Back when DVDs were the hotness, I had it, and I would watch all the shows. Then I go back and watch all the commentaries on the show.
Oh, nice.
Because it was all the actors and stuff. So you're just hearing them talk about the show.
Oh, that's perfect.
And I listened to a little bit of the Angela and Pam, the actresses who play them. They do a podcast together where they talk about. They go back, they watch the show, and then they talk about it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's called the Office Ladies podcast.
The Office Ladies,
they're best friends. It's good. It's entertaining.
I'll have to check that out.
They bring in other people. If you're an Office nerd, I mean, good night. What are you doing not to listen to? But it's definitely one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's no question.
I have no doubt. For my 8:30, Seinfeld.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, one of the greatest of
sitcoms
of all time.
Yeah,
I mean, it went out. Still number one when it went out.
Yeah.
And I love all the episodes except for that last one.
Yeah, the last one
was that's such a bummer because it was so great, and it was like almost like the last one. The joke's on us.
Yeah.
You saying that it went out number one makes me think about that Larry King interview with Seinfeld where he's talking about he's like, did you get canceled or did you just stop? He's like, did I get canceled? I was the number one show, Larry. Do you know who I am? And he gets mad. He's like, no, canceled. Canceled?
Does he? Yeah.
Did I get canceled? No.
I love
the number
it.
one show gets canceled, Seinfeld loses it. He kind of seems like he might be a little mean sometimes, but I think he's really funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I can see him.
Well, he should be. It's an insulting thing to say to one of the best comedians of all time, if not the best, and one of the best TV shows, if not the best.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you're interviewing someone, do a little homework.
Yeah, exactly. That's
your
whole thing.
Where are you, Larry King?
Yeah. Right.
He was just phoning it in by that point.
Was he phoning it in?
Yeah, but also wasn't that kind of towards his prime too of the show?
Wasn't it his prime? Was it still some on his prime somewhat?
Probably passed.
But only just. That show went on forever.
Yeah, it did go on forever.
I think a man his age had probably been phoning it in for a long time.
Yeah, he's probably phoning it in from the get-go.
Yeah, probably.
That's true.
I put my suspenders on. Okay, who's
all right? Who's up?
Do you think his research team would have helped out a little bit?
Yeah, they're up there going,
don't say that. He doesn't like when you do that.
He doesn't like when you do that.
Because his show was number one. You look like an idiot.
All right, we'll move on to 9 o'clock. I'll start off with 9 o'clock.
All right.
Bringing in some more nostalgia. I'm going with Happy Days.
Oh, yeah.
And just like with MASH before, the beginning, the first, it had that American Graffiti feel more so than as it went on. I mean, this is the TV show that
literally jumped the shark.
Shark.
There's that.
But it gave you the Fonz.
It did give you the Fonz.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
I love the show until it went. Until it kind of.
And Dad actually preferred one of the spinoffs more so.
Oh,
he was a big Joni Loves Chachi guy.
Joni Loves
sure about that.
Yeah.
You had a spinoff I enjoyed more.
Why'd you always make us watch the DVDs?
Why'd you get all the DVDs? Well, why didn't you get them all?
Every night you'd make us sit down.
Johnny Loves Chachi.
What are we gonna watch, Dad? You know what we're gonna watch.
You know what you're gonna watch.
Johnny Loves Chachi again.
I'm not even sure I
don't think I've ever seen
way to
it.
backpedal.
Way to backpedal.
I mean, but it did produce Laverne and Shirley. and
Yeah.
Mork and Mindy.
Love Laverne and Shirley was funny.
Yep.
Mork and Mindy was pretty good.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
And Robin Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Johnny, that's bad
that's
news.
something else.
Way to back. You look. I mean, yeah, it's just a big shot when the camera comes in.
The camera comes on.
What's your 9 o'clock?
What do you got at
Scott?
9 o'clock, Scott?
I'm going back to the short half hour.
Yeah.
9 to 10 or 9 to 9:30.
He's already in.
I think maybe he doesn't know how half hours or work there for a second.
What
He was doing a half hour, 9 to 10.
9 to 10. 9 to 10.
Just 2 half hours. Some would call it an hour. I will not.
I will. Yeah.
I refuse.
I have my own version of
We're
a half
running on
hour.
Scott time.
Funny enough, I wrestled between
Johnny loves Chachi.
Joni Loves Chachi and Happy Days in Seinfeld, because I do have a 9:30 to 10.
You do.
So
There's that.
I think here at the 11th hour or something, I gotta go with Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We totally agree.
And I will complete the Seinfeld trifecta with my 9 o'clock.
Felt showing up in all of them.
You were talking about how Carol Burnett's show was the show that you went to bed
Yep.
and you could hear your parents cackling in the other room. Seinfeld was that for me.
Nice.
I think that's part of the reason I watched as soon as I could in high school I started watching it, because I'm like, I've been missing out on this my whole entire life. And I'm like, this my dad would almost stop breathing. He would be laughing so loud I couldn't go to sleep, and I had to sit in there like, oh well, you can't enjoy this.
Oh
Yeah, I was like,
hell.
and granted, at the time I should not have been watching that.
can't
9
enjoy
o'clock is
this.
the perfect time for a show like Seinfeld to come on. I think Dad maybe made it a little too early because kids can see that, and that show's not children appropriate. But 9 o'clock is where I'm putting
I
it.
probably should've
It's a good show. I wouldn't have been in bed yet, Dad.
I probably should have flip flopped my
You're
9 to 9:30 slots.
Happy Days probably should have been sooner.
yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have done that.
But yeah, that's Seinfeld for me. I'm going through it again because I know I've missed so much.
Yeah. It's one of the best of all time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think.
and it's hilarious. I like that kind of comedy. It does get a little crass sometimes, but I like his brand of comedy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just the ridiculousness of the characters.
And that cast just they're so seamless.
And they're all such horrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And wasn't one of the premises they never wanted them to grow.
Never wanted them to grow.
No hugs and no growth.
No growth.
No growth.
Some of the things Larry David said.
No hugs
Yeah.
and no growth.
And they definitely don't. They never
They
get
don't.
better as
They
people.
don't. No,
they don't.
I think maybe even some of them get worse.
Yeah. I think you're
Kramer's
right.
always Kramer, but I think George gets like more and more
Yeah.
just a disgusting human.
Yeah, I think George does
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Him for sure.
definitely. Definitely.
So that's my 9 to 9:30.
All right.
Nice.
And what do you got for Scott's done? Oh no, you're back to
9:30?
half hour. So.
9:30 to 10.
Yep.
This is tough too because I'll just have to give you an honorable mention, but I'll actually pick one here.
We're going to 11, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have to do an honorable mention if you don't want to.
Well, I got something at 11.
Okay, I hear you.
All right, 9:30.
He's got something at 11.
9:30 to 10. Another one of my favorite shows is Andy Griffith show. I love it, but I think I'm going Carol Burnett.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
What about you, Dad? You got anything going on at 9:30?
Yeah, 9:30.
Oh, you're gonna
Scott's already
piggyback.
brought it in. I'm WKRP is what I got.
Oh, okay, nice.
And like I said, I should have had Happy Days and KRP at 8 and 8:30, and then The Office and Seinfeld should have been
Well, you can.
in that later.
We'll go with it. We'll go with that too. Yeah. You can switch it if you want.
I would have been getting a lot of calls in from parents complaining, and I would have had to
For sure. Yeah.
switch my programming up.
Yeah, probably. And Yeah, you went The Office right after The Muppets. You were getting lawsuits.
Probably, right?
Yeah, they might shut your network down.
They were getting lawsuits.
Especially if they do the Flasher on the parking lot episode right after with all the jokes and things they say in that.
Yeah.
It's not even innuendos.
No. You're right. You're right. That was a bad move on my part.
My 9:30 has not shown up yet, and I'm a little disappointed. Although there was a hint to it earlier.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, you did have the hint. Yeah.
It's like one of the first shows I binged on Netflix when Netflix did the stream. It started doing a bunch of stuff on streaming. But I watched it at Nick at Night as a kid. I was a kid. I was a kid. But it's a great show. It's funny. It's also a good later in the evening show.
Yeah.
Because it's a little slower pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The humor's there.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Very clever. Just a good all-around show.
Great show.
Yeah, and I think it's good for later in the evening.
Oh,
kind of just winding down. It's getting you ready to go to bed.
Perfect.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. That's my 9:30 to 10. I love Cheers.
We're moving on to 10 to 11.
10 to, okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
You can go, Cab. What do you think?
What do you got?
I mean, this was the biggest debate for me of all of them. I was like back and forth. A lot of great, you kind of want a little bit of drama maybe at that point.
Yeah.
So it was it was a hard choice, but again, nostalgia playing a part.
Yeah.
I'm going with Moonlighting.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Moonlighting.
It's got some drama because it was a detective
show. It was a real good show.
Oh, okay.
Fun show.
It's got
lighter.
There's some slapstick and Bruce Willis's wit.
Yeah.
And you had the romance, between him, the Sybil Shepherd's character. And just
Moonlighting, a show we're all familiar with. Who among us doesn't know?
Good stuff. That was one of my favorite. I really like Bruce Willis.
It stood the test of time.
That was good stuff.
Moonlighting. Enjoyed the test of time.
Well, Moonlighting, it was good.
And it's still, your mom and I have watched some reruns here lately, and they're still good.
Yeah,
it does.
It stood the test of time. Who among us doesn't know? Some of us may be being facetious.
Some of us maybe being facetious.
What do you got, Scott?
I'm going to end it with you said like a drama, a classic,
Yep.
I don't care how many times I've seen these things over my lifetime. I don't know. I love it. I can't help myself. The original Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. That's not a surprise.
No. We were all waiting on it.
We know.
We had talked about it before.
No, I'm just kidding. We knew it was hanging out there.
Yeah.
And they were our episodes.
To boldly go.
Yeah. I know I've seen them all several times over.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy them.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, not a bad choice at all.
I've never been into any of the other ones, but the original one I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock.
Yep.
Both Josh.
They ties back in.
Yeah, that ties back into what
we're going to be talking about.
You'll hear about it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So my 10 to 11, I'm going to take a little different. I'm going to take a little different approach because I'm not a big drama person.
Oh, I gotcha.
See my published works on Gilmore Girls.
See my published works on Gilmore Girls.
Not a fan of drama.
Yeah, because that was kind of a.
It's all it was.
Sappy kind of
drama
kind of thing.
I think that time of the evening you're wanting to wind down. You're not wanting to think a lot.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
And what do dramas do if make you think?
They do.
And maybe feel. And you
maybe feel.
Nobody wants to be feeling anything real that late in the evening.
Anything real.
No. So I would go from 9 to 11, Shark Tank.
Ooh.
A good show to wind down your evening with. You're not overthinking. You can sit there and silently judge the people.
Silently judge them.
Which who among us doesn't love judging people? All right. and you can judge them and say, oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then you can go to sleep peacefully on your high horse. It's a good way to.
I love it.
It's like a nightcap. It's a nightcap of a TV show.
And there is some drama there. There is some drama. Are they going to
some mild drama though? Because you don't.
Are they not? Are
you
they
don't care.
Mild drama. Yeah,
you don't really care. And also they build the suspense though.
That's a good
for sure. And then also you can sit there and if they take the deal, you're like, well, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Or you can sit there and criticize the shark. You have the moral high ground in this show. That's why it's such a good show. And a great way to end your evening.
Caleb, that's a great one.
And a great way to end this segment.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let us know in the comments what you would pick for your lineup.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you on the back end of this.
Well, welcome back. And if you're wondering what's going on here, so are we.
You're not alone.
We're going to discuss the Passover meal, known as the Seder. And if you're looking for instructions on how to host one exactly,
you've come to the wrong place.
Not the video. We're discussing some of the elements. We have, on a few occasions, partaken in the Seder.
Yeah. We followed a guide.
Yes.
A guide for a Messianic Passover Seder. We ourselves are not Messianic Jews. We just find the biblical beauty in the Seder meal.
Exactly.
So what we say may not be entirely accurate. Our understanding of it is limited.
Yeah.
But we do find a great beauty in it. Yeah. But like Dad said, if you're looking for instructions on how to do it, this is not it.
No. Definitely not.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk about what elements we have here and what generally is on the table as well?
Yeah.
There's a couple elements that you will usually find that are missing because I couldn't find them, for one thing.
Yeah.
And
probably going pretty hot right now. Some of those things,
I would think so.
Passover is this weekend for when we're recording.
Very much so. And we're hoping to have this come out like Easter week so that you'll see.
And it's good for them to see this. They need to know. They hear it.
Yes.
Yeah. This is good stuff that they want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the things we have missing, there's usually a shank.
Can we unsheath this? Or?
Oh, no, we'll get to it.
Okay. All right.
A bone from a lamb shank that represents the lamb that was sacrificed when they would have the original Passover. And it's how they celebrated up through the time of Christ and probably all the way up until the temple was destroyed, I would imagine. Because at that point, they no longer had sacrifice.
Sacrifice would no longer be necessary.
And why did they have Passover? What were they celebrating?
They're celebrating the Exodus from Egypt.
Yes, that was
specifically the meal that they had the night
that
the final.
Yes.
The night before they were.
Yeah.
So they would take a lamb and sacrifice it, and it had to be this lamb couldn't just be some random lamb from.
No, it was the choice.
It was most choice. It had to be unblemished and
perfect
spotless, a perfect lamb to sacrifice. And when they did this while they were in bondage in Egypt during their time of slavery. If you're not familiar, if you've ever seen the movie 10 Commandments, maybe that would be a great one to start with.
Yeah.
Also the animated
The Prince of Egypt.
Also very good. Very good stuff. or read the book of Exodus.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah.
Go right to the source.
Do you know who played Moses in the animated one?
Mm-mm.
Val Kilmer.
Really?
You know what? I think I did hear that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, that's cool. Well,
It just came to me as he was saying it.
Full circle.
yeah.
So we're missing the lamb shank because, we couldn't find that, obviously.
You had tried to find a lamb.
I didn't try to find
You
it.
tried to shank a lamb to get, but that's not what it is.
Guy chased me out of his field because I was trying to catch the lamb.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Well, there were shepherds.
You were shepherds.
They also,
We're shepherds.
a lot of times they will have the root of like a horseradish because it was a bitter root. And I could not find that. And usually you can find that in the store. Could not find it. So, but like you said, it's probably a hot commodity right now. We do have horseradish. Do you want to go in a certain order? We're talking about the other things that we do have. Also, an egg is used.
Yeah.
Did we use an egg in the one we had? Because it represented.
Don't you have
What
a
I
breakdown of
heard.
this?
What I heard was that the egg represented. It's something
The shell
that's been
when it
added.
broke was the temple.
Yeah. Since then, because it represented the breaking of the shell represented the breaking. The destruction of
Right.
the temple.
And
there'd be a hard-boiled egg.
There's been a few other elements added too.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
okay.
that's the extent of what we've used in our
Right.
Passover Seder's.
We have eggs every day for breakfast, and Kim will not let me sacrifice an egg to hard boil it.
It's a hard boil.
There's that.
Although hard boiled is one of my favorite ways to eat an egg.
Mom's not so much.
I guess not.
But so that would be represented here as well. The matzah, Caleb.
This is what we were waiting for.
Yes. This
This is homemade matzah.
homemade matzah.
The store bought's usually more square.
Yes, and I
You can see the
I could have
holes,
done it.
kind of. I like it homemade though.
Yeah. I could have cut it
like
into squares,
matzah.
but I decided to go with
It's okay. I like the rough look.
Yeah.
I bet on the first Passover when they were making the unleavened bread. And why is it unleavened, Dad?
It's unleavened because it has no yeast in it.
No yeast.
Yeah.
They were commanded to remove all the yeast from their house, and the reason is yeast was representative of sin,
Right.
and so they wanted to sweep their house clean of leaven as a representation of removing all the sin.
And also during the Passover they were making their meals in haste.
Right, they didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I was telling Scott that when I was making this, I watched some videos on how to do it, and this guy that I was watching said that if you want for it to be kosher, that it needs to be made in 18 minutes or less.
So it doesn't get any rise to it.
And you know me, I couldn't make a bowl of cereal in 18 minutes.
No, so this is far from kosher.
It's
Probably.
a little past kosher.
Yeah.
But also what I was thinking when I was telling Scott, we talked about the Pharisees a little bit last week and how they would place all these rules on everyone. They were told to make it in haste, which I was doing. I was making it as fast as I could. But for me, 18 minutes was not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, that's probably a Pharisaical rule. It's got to be in 18 minutes or less.
It feels like a Pharisee whatever rule.
But I did make it with haste.
I will tell you, I've made homemade matzah several times for every Seder that we've had. We've not had a ton, but the ones we've done, I've made it, and I don't think I've ever been able to do it in 18 minutes because it's a task.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I move quick, but I would say I've never reached that 18 minutes.
But I would also imagine that
quick.
when it's being made by the lady of the house who's used to doing this and has
She
it
probably
down,
made it in
she
18
probably
minutes.
made it had no problem doing it.
Yeah,
So
but a couple of bumbling idiots, we can't quite hit that 18-minute mark.
but there's so much symbolism, and we want to go and talk about that.
Yeah.
And beauty in the matzah.
Yeah.
And one thing that I heard this week in some of the research I did was that they would take the middle piece out. They always had 3 pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Jewish people never really knew why. That's just what they did. They just had 3 pieces. And the gentleman that I was listening to was a Messianic Jew. And he was saying, you have it right there, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They would take the middle piece out, would be the one they would take out.
Right.
And they would put it in a white cloth, and then they would hide it.
Yes.
They would have a child. All the children
all look for it. It's like a little game. It's like a little game during the Passover.
They would, destroy the house trying to find it.
I think it usually got like it. For whoever who found it, usually got like a piece of candy.
Yeah. Well, this guy said you usually get about $20.
Money was also some of it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they would find it, and they would receive that. Some of the things you might notice, and it's not as great, but if you turn it around, you can kind of see a little bit more.
We can see it because the light.
Yeah.
So, but it's scored. It's so you poke it with a fork. It's really prominent on store-bought.
Right.
But yeah.
And you can see a little bit of the darkening and what it is during the Last Supper, when Jesus was having Passover with his disciples. There's a point where he takes the bread and he breaks it and he tells them, "This is my body, which is broken for you." And you can see the symbolism there. The piece that they're taking is that middle piece, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit being broken. It's scored and pierced just like he was going to be. It's bruised, the darkening that it receives, and it's broken. And the beauty in that it was there before them for all that time, from the first Passover until the time of Christ. That was always a part of it.
Right.
And so that is amazing, beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Yeah, and the Last Supper was a Passover Seder.
It was a Passover Seder. Yes. Some of the other elements that we have here, we have the parsley, which represents, it's a bitter root, and they would dip it in salt water, and then they would eat it, and that was representative of the time when they were in slavery, the bitterness that they experienced during that time. They also, like I said, would have the horseradish, which we have here, or have the root, but they would eat horseradish. And I love horseradish, on stuff. give me a roast beef, I'm putting some horseradish on there. But if you just eat horseradish on its own, you're going to tear up.
And that was the whole point.
That was the whole point, that they would bring those tears that they experienced.
To remember the bitterness.
Remember the bitterness. But then they would follow that up by taking the matzah and dipping it in, and I can't remember the name for it, but it was also called sop.
Yeah, we would butcher the name of it.
Yeah, we would butcher the name. But sop was another name that they would also use for it. They would dip it in there to eat it. And this is a mixture of apples and cinnamon, honey, and walnuts crushed up. And I didn't do the best job of making it, but what it represented was the mortar and the bricks that they would make during their time of slavery.
It would be here.
Yeah. And it has a great taste. It's very sweet, very nice, and they would follow that, after they'd eaten the bitter. And even though it still represented their time in slavery, it was the knowledge that their redemption was at hand.
Yeah.
And so there was the sweetness in that.
Yeah.
And so much beauty in that.
Yeah. There's so much really awesome symbolism in a Passover Seder. We've used this little guide to do the ones we've done. So I would recommend that if you were interested in it.
Definitely.
And I'm not saying that it's something you have to do. I'm not saying that
it's
everybody should do it. And we've not and intentionally so. We've not made it something we do every year intentionally, in that we're trying not to make it like a ritual, or like it's something that we have to do. It's just something that we've done and been blessed by every time we've done it.
Very much so. And I mean, just talking about it right now is a blessing. You'll also notice that we have before us 4 glasses of wine, and whether or not they're actual wine or not, if you want them to be, then they are. If not, then they're just Welch's.
Well, I think our product
I have it turned, since they're not a sponsor. But
not yet.
But we agree that Welch's is the best wine.
Resounding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they each have a different meaning as well, and I think you still have that, Scott.
I do. The first cup that would be drank would be to celebrate the sanctification of the day and the Exodus story. The second cup would mark the conclusion of the main part, the Haggadah, which is the Passover story, and the blessing of redemption. See again, that's how much symbolism is in each element of this. The third is drunk after the grace after meals, or what they call the Birkat Hamazon.
Ooh, nice.
That's just, I may have probably.
That was
It sounded kind of French though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I blew it. And then the fourth cup is drunk at the conclusion of the Nishmat hymn, Birkat HaShir, and is a celebration of freedom and future redemptions, which is really cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very much so. And there's one point during one of these where they take and they dip their finger in it.
I believe it's the third cup.
I was thinking it was too. They dip their finger in it and they let it drip off back into it.
Back into
and that is...
Yeah, you let it drip for each plague.
That's right.
Yeah. You let one drip go for each plague, and you recite the
plague.
You say, everybody says the plagues as they drip. Yeah. I think it's the third cup. I might be mistaken. I've been wrong before.
And the amazing thing about that story in the plague,
sorry, it is the second cup.
Oh, second cup. Okay, is that those plagues? You know, there's blood, the frogs. You know, gnats,
Flies.
So many. But each one was representative of the Egyptians' gods that they worshipped. Right, and it was our God defeating their gods, because they couldn't overcome. So that's just amazing. But there, after Jesus had broken the matzah bread and pronounced that it was his body, there's also the point where he takes the cup and says that this is the new covenant in my blood.
Right.
And the color of the red wine, very similar to the color of blood, and that was always there as well. They had that from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah. And so it's just beautiful symbolism. Yeah. Throughout.
Yeah.
But like we said, we highly recommend that. It's not something, like Kip said, it's not something you have to do, but you'll be blessed.
Yeah.
If you're a believer and you get a chance to participate, it's a real blessing.
Yeah, it's a memory that I still hold. I was blessed to participate in a Passover that, as Caleb said, he had done at one point, and just amazing to realize the symbolism and realize how far back this goes.
Yeah. And I felt like it just gives you a greater appreciation for the whole story.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Again, this is the book we used if you were interested in doing it, I would encourage you to do it. Like Dad said, but also if you're not going to, or just you can't for whatever reason, I would suggest maybe just looking into it a little bit more. Maybe find one on YouTube to watch of a Messianic Passover, or just a more explanation, a little more in depth. Just because I think you're going to be blessed from it, no matter what.
Yeah, Paul.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll catch you on the back end of this.
That's right. We're back.
Hey!
And as promised, we have a special treat for you. Caleb has here
Oh, these aren't
in
mine.
front of him. No, they're not yours. TV Guide. Special episode. Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
I got all 4. And that was from the last season of Seinfeld.
Inside, I'll throw the pictures up in the graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a really good shot of them.
Because Cy loves doing graphics.
Look at that.
He's just...
What year was that, Caleb?
That was 98. See,
Wow.
98. They were all the same TV Guide from May 9th to May 15th.
Nice.
Nice.
They were the same TV Guide, just they were collectibles and that you could get.
Yeah,
All
each
4.
one had the different...
Yeah, each one
Front
says
cover.
one of 4 collectors covers this week.
That's a week.
Yeah.
Who was the artist on those?
Hirschfeld.
Yeah.
Dad, you've had many of Hirschfeld's works.
At least 4.
At least 4.
At least 4. At least 4. Nice.
And I had another one here. It's got the Buckeyes on the front of it. And the only reason I had that was because I couldn't find those.
Yeah, but
Silas pulled them out. So
still it's the
Silas
Buckeyes.
saved the day on that one.
Thanks, producer.
But I will say this one is a special one because it has what I'm being told is the second of their X-Files collectors pullouts.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it's right here.
Look at
Look
that.
at that.
Ooh.
So tell me that's not. Listen for all you X-Files.
Yeah, look at
fans.
that.
Silas tossed this up in there too.
That's another collector. He didn't even know we had another collector's one.
No. And also, this one's gonna be really hard to see, so Cy will get that in there too. It's just a little shot of former NBA star and turned ambassador, U.S. ambassador Dennis Rodman.
Awesome.
Turn you.
What was on at 8:30 that week?
8:30 that week. Let's see. I don't know how a TV Guide works.
I don't know how TV got
Right. Well,
If we really want to get into it, I could
understand the TV Guide.
It's actually these were predominantly during a time frame when I couldn't read.
Predominantly during.
And I know you're saying 97, Caleb, the math's not there. And I'm telling you, trust me, it is.
all right. You got some Scott's news for us this week?
Oh, well, not off. I'll get some.
I mean, this is
why I keep coming back. I've told Dad if this ever stops, I walk.
If this ever. Well, let's check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, the majority of our viewers, this is what they're here for.
I don't know about that, but I'll read some. I may not know them.
That's the best part.
All right, let's try this. Who died today? We'll start with the passings.
Yeah.
Let's okay. Looking rough. I'm not gonna lie. How about Felix Maximo Lopez?
Ooh.
Spanish composer.
Yes.
He died today in 1821.
Wow.
So, anybody know who that is?
Well, yeah, I'm familiar with a few of Felix's work. Rancho Grande.
Rancho Grande.
Big fan.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's possible.
Could have been him.
Cucaracha.
That wasn't Felix.
Cucaracha.
That was just a cheap imitation of Felix's work.
Oh, here's one cheap imitation of Felix's work. Cheap imitation, yeah. He was much more highbrow than that.
Yeah.
How about, this is one we may have heard of.
It hits close to home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yeah.
Hey, who's very close to home.
Who's got work
That's right, right
that's
here.
been
in
done right
Springfield.
here in
That's
beautiful
right.
Springfield,
Ohio.
You can tour that house.
Yeah. In fact, they still call it the Frank Lloyd Wright House to this day.
That's right.
And a little fun fact, Frank Lloyd Wright never resided there.
Oh,
No, he just did
He designed it.
the designing because that's what he was famous for.
oh,
right.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, I was
He's recognized, this says, as the greatest American architect of all time.
Yeah. Which, if you've seen our buildings, really isn't much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's some truth to that.
For my money, there's a lot better looking houses in town than that.
Than that one, yeah.
It's pretty cool though. I mean, it's a unique structure.
It is. He lived to be for the ripe old age of 89.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
But Dad hated everything he did.
he had to be in his bonnet for.
Dad said, "I've seen shacks that were more impressive.
Well, let's try one more
Homeless
here.
shanties."
Let's bring it up current and.
Frank Lloyd Wright's a pretty big name.
It is.
But it may also be one of those things that maybe we know it more because everybody made such a big deal about Frank Lloyd Wright because he had a house here in Springfield. Maybe across the nation.
But if you're the greatest American at anything, that's a pretty big deal.
It is.
Did he ever have his picture on a bubblegum card?
That's a good question.
Something we could all ponder.
Yeah, that's true. Never say, when you look at the podcast, you may see at least two of us because you look pretty good, but the others we're kind of grizzled.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
But never let it be said that we're not hip with the young crowd.
No, we're in.
As we talk about the deaths, and that's not a great segue.
No,
But
it's an uncomfortable one for sure.
It is.
We're hip with the cool deaths.
Okay, cool.
Fist bump.
Fist bump. How about American rapper DMX?
Oh yes, DMX. It's gonna give it to you.
He actually died of a heart attack at age 50.
Well, if you would have
That's
heard
what
his
they
music,
say.
it wouldn't surprise you.
Oh.
It always felt like X was one lyric away from having a heart attack. Everything he said was very much said in a yell.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. He has a very aggressive tone to his.
What only have that much rage?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's go to the other side of the, the veil.
Happy side of the ledger.
Yeah. Happy side of the ledger. There you go. Let's try that. Let's try some of these famous people. At some point.
To find out who burst forth from the loins of their mother on this day.
How about, let's try Turco-Mongol, the conqueror who founded the Timurid Empire, born in Shahrazabad, Uzbekistan.
Wow.
Yeah, and the ripples of which we still all feel to this day.
That's right.
Yes.
Ripples and echoes.
Absolutely. If you haven't been
Touched by his life.
Tamerlane,
Yeah.
Wasn't that a TV show?
I think it was.
touched by Tamerlane, yeah.
Light would shine down on him.
Ruma Downey was in it.
Yep.
Was Robert Downey?
No, Ruma Downey.
Oh, Ruma Downey. Okay. Here comes Florence Price,
Yes.
Oh.
American composer of the Wanamaker Prize.
Yeah.
You guys know that.
Well, yeah. Who among us?
Any relation to Florence Henderson?
What about Nightingale?
Amazingly, no.
Nightingale?
Vincent Price, maybe.
Vincent Price. Yeah. She looks a little not like him, but.
What about Florence and the Machine?
And the Machine? No.
Could have been, though.
Let's try a couple more here, just in case you.
No, let's not do that one.
We might want to skip that one. How about Gary Fitt?
Yes, he was. Wasn't he a health and fitness guy?
He did for the Northern.
He wasn't just fit.
He
was Gary.
He
Fitt.
was Gary Fitt.
Yeah. But he also got into some other stuff.
He did. He was a Northern Irish politician.
Oh, that's what I meant.
And leader of the Social Democratic and Labor Party, but he was really fit in doing it.
He was.
You wouldn't have,
It's right there.
Here's a big one.
Oh, gosh.
Let's try this. Everybody out there might know this man, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. He's famous whether you want him to be or not.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Hey.
How about Carl Perkins?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
American rockabilly singer-songwriter.
Don't step on his blue suede shoes.
There you go, blue suede shoes.
Slade shoes. Is that? I'm not even sure what Slade is.
And let's end it with another doozy here.
A big hitter. Because that's all we've got so far.
There you go.
Oh, well, that actually is a big hitter.
It is. How about Dennis Quaid was born today?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a great actor, film and screen.
Yeah,
Cousin Eddie's brother.
Yeah, it was in The Right Stuff.
Yeah, and in the movie The Rookie.
The Rookie. That's
one of my favorites.
That's a great movie.
Everyone's All-American.
Oh yeah, that's some good stuff.
And I feel like if you're casting a handsome older man, you're gonna cast.
Played Reagan recently.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Weird that you took it from there. But okay. I said that and you're like, well, he did play Reagan.
Oh, Reagan.
Gipper was like, speaking of handsome older men.
Gipper was a handsome guy in his day.
The Gipper.
Okay, Dad.
Well, there you have it.
That took a weird turn at the end.
Passings and the comings and the goings.
Yes.
All right.
Good stuff, Scott.
Very good. We appreciate that, Scott.
It's the hard work and research you pour.
That's right. Yeah.
It shows.
Somehow it just comes up into my brain pan.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's done.
How you keep all this banked away.
Well, maybe someday I'll share that with the audience. How my method.
Yeah, I think they'd be shocked.
I think you're right.
Well,
it's not as hard as you make it look.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
the idea I have for this evening.
Oh, brother.
Since TV's been our theme.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this show earlier.
Oh, okay.
One of the greatest of all time. And I would say even Caleb likes this show.
Okay.
I
mean, we visited the museum for this show.
We did.
So
the monsters.
Oh, the monsters.
The Andy Griffith Show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, classic.
Oh, classic of film and TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So my idea,
I love it.
I don't think you're gonna love this.
Oh,
we're going Andy Griffith 2025. We're going to recast the Andy Griffith Show with people from today.
Oh boy, do we even have anybody?
Well, that's your job.
Oh,
is to come up with the cast for Andy Griffith. If you're recasting it today.
All right. So how do we got to start with Andy, right?
Yep. And I had thought about like going through and making a list of people, but I thought, no, that's not fair to you guys.
Oh.
And I know how well you guys work off the cuff, so hopefully it'll work.
Well, another famous Andy Griffith TV show has recently been redone. Matlock.
Yeah, Matlock.
We're not doing
So I think if you're following suit,
that's horrible.
keeping with the 2025 rendition, you would put Kathy Bates as Andy Griffith.
Yeah,
definitely not do that.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates is Andy Griffith.
That would be Bates.
Horrible.
All right.
Next. She's also Otis.
And also
she could be Otis.
Alice.
Yeah, she's Alice.
Wait,
Otis.
that's not her name. I made
Aunt B.
Aunt B.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Aunt
I accidentally
B.
cast her as the
She's just
maid.
playing everybody.
She was the maid. She was the maid from the Brady Bunch.
She's
That's on me, guys.
no, it works.
That would work better. I was thinking
Andy Griffith,
Andy Griffith.
Okay.
Andy Samberg.
Andy Sandberg.
That would be weird. He more of a Barney Fife.
I actually kind of thought of him as maybe being Barney Fife.
That would be. I would watch the crap out of that show.
I think he might be able to pull that off.
Well, in that vein, why don't we make another SNL alum, Andy Griffith?
Who you got?
I'm thinking Adam Sandler.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I think I might make this show watchable, guys.
That's not bad at all.
No,
I mean,
because he can play the
and
rough.
Andy played
and Andy was a little more
straight
rougher.
man.
Yeah, and
but he was
Adam Sandler can do
comedian.
that.
Yeah, Adam Sandler can do that.
Yeah, he can play the.
Okay.
That's not bad.
And he's not too big to do a TV show. Not anymore. He at one point was too big to do a TV show.
No, but now he's probably.
We're not. I don't think we're well past that.
I mean, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Who's Aunt B?
Who do you want to be, Aunt B?
Aunt B. Roseanne.
Yeah,
No. Is that,
Roseanne.
no, she's got to be lovable, and
She's gotta be lovable.
you're not getting that from Roseanne. An older woman who's lovable. I think we're back to.
It'd be
You know what I'm
Trinity.
thinking?
Yeah.
Shelley Long.
No,
Shelley Long.
we're back to her again, and here we are.
Oh,
Kathy
Bates.
You
Kathy
said
Bates again.
lovable.
Oh, okay. What about the lady who plays Phyllis in The Office?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, she would be great.
Yeah.
Whose name actually is Phyllis.
Yeah. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it Phil? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
She
good.
would be great.
Wait, is it really Phyllis? I might be wrong on that.
I
I think it is.
I think that's
saw that
good, though. That's
was
good.
watching some stuff about The Office, and she wasn't even like an actress.
Really?
She was just reading lines with people.
Really?
They
She's part of the
loved her.
casting, I think, too.
Yeah, she
part
had
of
something to do with that,
Really?
and they loved her and decided to write her in.
That's great.
All right, so far we have Adam Sandler as Andy. Nice.
Nice.
Then we have Andy Samberg
As
as
Barney.
Barney. Then we have Aunt B is Phyllis. What's her last name? I want to be able to say it. Smith?
I believe that's what it said.
That.
Phyllis Smith.
Okay. Phyllis Smith. Okay.
Vance.
Phyllis Vance. Vance Refrigeration. So now what?
Refrigeration.
Opie might be hard because I don't know.
I don't know too many
young
kid actors.
I mean, you can just grab some little redhead kid off the street and
Yeah.
drop him in the
And
world.
redhead kids are a diamond.
But I
dozen.
mean,
well,
saying that, Ron Howard was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
but does Ron
Ron
Howard
Howard.
have any grandsons?
Yeah.
He might.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best choice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like
I don't think he wanted his kids really going into acting.
They're all acting now.
Are they all acting?
Most of them.
Well, his daughter.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
And I think there's another one.
Yeah.
Fort Worth?
No.
No.
Hoboken.
Austin? Oh,
She's not from Texas. She wasn't conceived in Texas.
oh, Santa Fe.
No.
I like the Ron Howard son. Or
Yeah.
It
We
definitely
can get a Howard offspring to be Opie, so that will work. Helen Crump.
Who's Helen?
Helen was Opie's teacher, who became Andy's girlfriend. His second girlfriend.
Oh.
His first girlfriend, they wrote out. She was the daughter from Father Knows Best, who ran like a little general store. And they kind of wrote her out. Brought in Helen.
Yeah.
Helen became the new Andy love interest.
Well, I'm glad we're not digging too deep in this. Helen Crump. Who could we...
Not taking two. I'm glad we're
could
not
we
just
possibly-
hitting the surface.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just getting all the main characters and no side characters. Helen.
I mean, she's a pretty big character.
Yeah, she's a pretty big character that I'm not familiar with, and I've seen several episodes.
You've seen her?
Helen Crump. I mean, who could we have other than...
I was thinking, I mean, you want someone who's kind of attractive.
Yeah.
definitely.
There's a lot of kind of attractive women out there. I've said
Definitely
that.
attractive.
Oh.
How about, what's her
I was
name?
thinking maybe like Gal Gadot.
Hold on. No.
No.
I got the answer. And you're going to have to curb your original thoughts a little bit. Adam Sandler.
Not Kathy Bates.
No, listen.
Not Kathy Bates.
Listen. It's not Kathy Bates. It's not Kathy Bates adjacent. Listen. In his movies, Adam Sandler has always played best being the opposite of this role. They've played love interests many times.
Oh, okay.
Drew Barrymore. They have. I don't know what to say.
That's true.
They have on-screen chemistry. It's undeniable.
Like, so serious. It's undeniable.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
She's too busy doing Hollywood Squares.
All right.
We couldn't get her. Pick again.
I feel like that was the right cast.
Hot take. Kathy Bates is Otis. He wants to play a male anyways. And Matlock. Have her play Otis.
What if we went another SNL alum?
Man, you're really
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey.
She's attractive.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
She's
And that
good actor.
Helen
She's
was
funny.
a brunette, so that
Yeah,
worked.
that
And
worked.
too.
Tina Fey is, if anything, she is a brunette.
She is a brunette.
Yeah.
What that sentence meant.
Tina Fey.
I just
like
feel
it.
like the chemistry there works with it.
It would be good. It also could have been Drew Barrymore.
It could,
In a way.
but it shouldn't.
Well, no. And actually, I think a lot of people that cast the movie she was in have said the same thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Good one.
Thelma Lou. Barney's girlfriend.
Oh, Barney's girlfriend.
She's a blonde?
Yeah.
Thelma Lou.
No.
What? What did you think I was going to do? You think I was going to do Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
No.
There we go.
Kathy Bates?
No.
Kathy Bates is already Otis.
What about yet another SNL alum?
Oh, gee.
Kristen Wiig.
Oh, Kristen Wiig would be great. Yeah. Andy Samberg
And Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. Yeah, that's great.
That would be amazing.
Oh, she's pretty funny.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's not bad at all. All right.
And she is not Drew Barrymore.
Definitely not.
I've always said that.
I've always said that.
I mean, she has talent.
Yes, she does.
Floyd the Barber.
Oh, man.
I've got one for this.
Oh, good.
You know that Floyd the Barber had a stroke, and so later on, as the series went on, he was always filmed like sitting down.
Oh.
Did all of his,
Okay.
Christopher Reeves.
No,
Christopher Reeve.
Oh. Okay, that's true.
Christopher Reeve.
This guy.
Love that Christopher Reeve.
This guy was an amazing actor, and I think we all loved him. And he can't really be active anymore.
Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeve.
He's dead.
Oh, okay. I see where that gets in.
Michael J. Fox
Oh.
as Floyd the Barber.
Well, wasn't Floyd kind of a little more slapsticky, though? A little goofy?
Yeah, he was kind of goofy.
He was, but I think Michael J. Fox can pull it off.
Yeah.
Or bring something.
Michael J. Fox
New
has
to the-
always been just a cool dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not slapsticky.
Floyd. Who says that Floyd the Barber wasn't cool?
All right.
I don't know if Floyd was slapstick. He always had.
He was kind of goofy.
He was
though.
kind of goofy. He
But
was
everyone was a little odd
quirky.
in that town.
He was quirky.
But does he flow with the rest of this casting?
I think he could. I think he's got the chops to pull it off.
I'm not saying he doesn't have the chops. I think he's one of the best actors of our time.
I mean, I'm willing to hear what else you got.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Larry King.
No, not Larry King. I would go with
Larry King. Larry King.
let's see.
Let's see.
Floyd was he was a goofy guy.
Michael Richards.
Yeah, he might be all right.
Michael Richards. Help me. Oh, no. He can't be in TV anymore.
I mean, it's been long enough. He can come back.
Hot take.
They'll forgive him.
Hot take. I don't think he
It's
can.
like Pete Rose.
We're bringing him back.
It wouldn't be a bad cast, but I don't think, for legal reasons, I think it'd be a bad move for the show.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray wouldn't be bad. And yet another SNL alum,
Yeah,
Scott.
see, we're trying to keep it.
I like it.
Keeping it all in the
I
family.
think that's
there.
great. No, that's a different show.
All right, next on the list, Gomer Pyle.
Oh,
Now, Gomer Pyle is the goof of all
yeah,
goofs in
he's the
show.
goof. Yeah.
A big idiot. Now, that's hard because we've already cast some people who play good idiots.
Yeah, that's right.
But this one has to out-idiot them, even. Which is fine. It can be done.
Yeah.
Who can we pull in? Hey, I've got something off the wall here.
Oh, here we go. Buckle
I've never seen him act before.
This is a bad start.
I'll take. You've seen him.
He's actually
act,
not even
like
famous.
do like little skit stuff.
He's the bagger
he
at our
kinda
local mine.
He's a bagger.
I guess you have seen him act a little bit,
Who?
doing like his own little skits and stuff.
Oh.
John Christ.
Okay.
Who's that?
He's a
comedian.
comedian. Is Gomer Pyle?
Yeah, I think he can pull off that. He's got the southern accent.
Yeah.
He can act goofy.
Uh-huh.
You don't like it.
Nope.
So who you got? Darby disagrees. He thinks we should go with John
I
Christ.
don't think that's why he's barking. It's probably just a wild creature walking by. Or one of them skunk ladies he's into. Got a reverse Pepe Le Pew situation going on.
Oh, I might have something.
Let's hear it.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
That would be
Yeah.
a good cast.
Yeah.
He's goofy.
He is.
He definitely can be
He
goofy.
is.
But he also would be a good cast for the next one,
Yeah,
too.
that's true. That's why
Goober.
I'm not. Yeah, see, that's the
Oh,
problem.
that's not what I meant. I meant this one.
Oh.
He'd be a really good Otis,
Yeah,
I think.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we had better save him for Otis, even though I really like Kathy Bates for the role. But I think he'd be better. He'd be a good Otis.
Yeah.
I agree with Caleb. Yeah,
What about...
but he played good Otis.
What's that other guy from the Night at the Roxbury?
Oh, jeez, who is that? Hart? No.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The littler guy? And he always played kind of a goofball.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
Catan.
Catan?
Yeah,
His last name Catan?
Catan.
I think he'd be a good...
Yeah.
And another SNL alum.
Is it
Get
Chris
another.
Catan?
Yeah. Chris Catan.
We're going to have to get...
That's the Chris Catan.
What's his face? What's the guy? The guy who does... Why can't I think of his name?
Hey.
No, the guy who does SNL.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on his name? Lauren Michaels.
Oh, Lauren. Oh, I got
We'll have to get him to sign off on it.
sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll produce it or something. I mean, it's kind of a shame he hasn't thought of this.
It is. It really is, because it's just right there.
Yeah. I don't know Goober as well.
He did a lot of hee-haw.
Yeah.
I think he was probably a stand-up as well. But
Was he a lot like Gomer?
they were cousins. They both worked in the garage.
Well, hear me out then. What if Catan is Goober
Okay.
and Pauly Shore?
Oh
was
my
Gomer.
gosh.
I can see that.
Okay.
Do you think that's all right?
Yeah.
And that we would keep it
Yeah.
more SNL. I don't know why this has happened.
Pauly Shore and
So
Chris Catan.
Yeah.
we're going with John C. Reilly as Otis thing?
Yeah. John C. He's going to be good.
See him.
And I think he'd crush it. He might steal the show.
He might.
John C. Reilly.
I'll skip down to the last one on the list because no one liked that guy. The one I have between there.
Oh.
Ernest T. Bass.
Oh, Ernest. Yeah.
It's me. It's Ernest T.
Now, Ernest T wasn't, as far as characters go, he wasn't too far off from Otis, right? He was just another drunk, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't really drunk. He was just a loon. He would come to town, throw rocks through windows.
Yeah.
Always was wanting to find him a woman.
So he was just
kind of like a bit of a
recluse, not recluse, but
recluse.
Yeah, he lived up in the mountains,
come down,
and he was just like a crazy homeless person.
Yeah,
didn't have many social skills.
Yeah.
What about this? Would be he's a reoccurring character, but he's not got a major role.
Yeah, he wouldn't be.
So this would be an okay spot for a big guest spot, right?
Yeah.
What about Jim Carrey?
That would be good. That would be great. That would be great.
I would watch the crap out of this show.
Oh yeah, it would work.
Yeah,
it would fly. The last guy I skipped was Howard Sprague.
I don't even know who that is.
He was like this city accountant or something.
He was in 2 episodes. You remember?
No, he was in the later episodes. Everybody hated him. He wasn't funny.
He was the new DA.
Howard Sprague.
Yeah. We don't really need. We don't need.
I don't think I could.
We can just pretend like that guy never existed.
It wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, I like it,
and that's
a lot of funny people in there.
That's a great cast, guys.
Yeah, I would. Man,
I think you guys knocked it out of the park.
I think if this show doesn't come out soon,
and
I'll produce it myself.
Caleb has this.
All right.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli. I got about 50 feet out, and suddenly the great beast appeared before me. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. As if sensing my presence, he let out a great bellow. I said, "Easy, big fella." And then, as I watched him struggling, I realized that something was obstructing its breathing. From where I was standing, I could see directly into the eye of the great fish.
Good night.
The Whatchagonnawannado podcast is brought to you by Scott Dog Productions and is made possible by viewers like you.